Hi, welcome to the Get Ready with God podcast. My name is Julie Taylor, and I'm your host, and I am not God. Obviously, I'm not an expert. I'm not even a scriptorian. I'm literally just a girl sitting in front of a microphone hoping God is real. The Get Ready with God podcast is the daily devotional podcast to help you see divinity in every day. At the risk of being a little too repetitive, I want to expound a little more on a topic we've already discussed actually this week, and that is this. I've been getting the question a lot, both on the internet and in my personal life, actually, about motherhood and working and staying at home versus working and how to balance it and how do you balance friends and work. And respectfully, heck if I know. Okay. But here's the thing. It doesn't actually matter what I say or how much I try to validate you and your choices. My opinion, my true thoughts can't make you feel differently than you do in your situation. And I'm going to try to take this out of the abstract. I could sit here and debate with you all day on staying at home versus working and how to balance a career and how to deal with mom guilt. And I actually love talking about all of those topics. That's not primarily what this podcast is for. So I'll probably take that to Substack or something. But I was walking with a friend a few weeks ago, and she has stayed home with her kids her whole life, her whole motherhood life. And she's now facing, her youngest is in full-time school. And so she was talking to me about how she kind of wants to get back into something, but she doesn't know what. And she just feels worthless and like she doesn't have any skills. And it's like breaking my heart to listen to this woman, because this woman is talented and skilled and masterful at running her home. She has a beautiful family with incredible children. Her effort that she pours into her family is very evident. The sacrifices that she's made to do so are very evident. And I have nothing but total awe and respect for this woman and the choices that she's made. It's very different than the path that I have chosen, but like no part of me has anything but genuine respect and awe for the path that she has taken and what it has resulted in. And so to hear her talk so negatively about herself was kind of jarring to me, because I was just like, how can you think that about yourself when you have this beautiful thing that you've done? And so I was kind of telling her that of, here's what I see and here's how I see your situation. But as I was telling her that, I could see that it was kind of like landing flat. Like it wasn't really helping her to hear the truth from my perspective. And then I was thinking about how I am constantly questioning my own choices and going to my own friends and saying, am I making the right choice for my family? Am I doing the right thing? I don't know. And they always offer me their insight. And the truth is they see it from their perspective. And guess what? It does almost nothing to comfort me. And it just made me think about how I can offer you all of the validation in the world for the choices that you're making. I can give you all of my opinions on, and this isn't just about motherhood. That's why I'm bringing this up here, is I think it applies to everything, faith in particular, where I can validate you all day long. But all of my validation in the world can't change how you actually feel about the experience you're having. Me telling my friend truthfully how incredible I think she is and how powerful and wonderful her choices and her sacrifices and what she puts her energy to, it's a genuine truth. But that doesn't change that she's not feeling fulfilled in her life right now by the choices that she's making. That doesn't change that she's feeling like she has no skills, that she's not in a good place. Someone else can tell me that I'm doing all the right things and that my kids are okay and that I'm choosing the right balance and I'm prioritizing my life right. But if I don't actually feel at peace with it, it doesn't really matter who or what validates me. I still won't be at peace. And I think too often we seek constant external validation, particularly in what we're insecure about. So if you are feeling guilty for working too much as a mom, you can find videos that will tell you from experts and from people that you might trust. You'll find videos telling you it's okay to miss stuff for your kids. It's okay to choose a career. It's okay, blah, 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 blah. You'll find it. I guarantee it. If you are feeling insecure and disappointed and uncomfortable that you're unfulfilled or you're not at peace with the choices you're making and maybe you shouldn't have stayed home with your kids, you can scroll until you find every opinion on why staying home is the best thing that you can do for your family and how career doesn't matter and how, like, you can find that. You can find anything. In the faith world, if you are feeling insecure in your faith, you can find from experts, from trusted sources, you can find opinions that will validate your choice to leave religion, to leave faith, to leave God. You can find endless amounts of evidence of why that's the right choice and that's the good choice and why that will bring you peace. If you are a person of faith and in religion or coming back, you can also find endless videos that will validate your choice of why religion is better, why spirituality is better, why God is real. You can find quite literally anything you are looking for. And to me, that makes it so that nothing holds weight because you can find what you're looking for. So I can say something and you're like, yes, Julie, that is it. The only reason it matters to me is if something I say sparks something in you to where you now know through your own connection to your source that that's right. Or it gives you an idea or a belief or something that sparks something else in you. Because you don't need my validation. And in fact, my validation holds no weight. And so if we're spending our time constantly searching for validation for our choices, to calm our insecurities and to confirm the choices that we're making, we'll find it. But is it effective? Does it matter? Because it doesn't matter how great I think my friend is. If she's not at peace with the choices that she's making, then maybe she needs a shift. And it doesn't matter how many people tell me that it's okay that I'm choosing what I'm choosing in my life and that I shouldn't feel guilty for it. If I don't feel at peace with it, then it doesn't matter. And so this is once again a plea to go back to your source. The bottom line is none of us have each other's circumstances. I can tell you that this is the best way to parent, but you don't have my kids. And you don't have our circumstances and you don't have our needs. And so who knows if that's the best thing that you should do. So again, it's great to learn from each other. It's great to be inspired by each other. But really, when it comes down to it, we can only make our own life decisions based on our connection with our source for ourselves. Validation falls flat when you're not actually aligned and when you're not actually making decisions from connection to your own source. And so if you'd like, I can tell you all of the reasons why I choose the life that I choose. And I can tell you all of the reasons why I think that it's good or it's right or it's okay. Or I can tell you all the reasons why I am up all night wondering if it's right or okay. But I think the deeper conversation isn't me telling you whether you should work or stay home or believe in God or not believe in God. The bigger conversation is how to go back and connect with your source to navigate your actual circumstances and your actual situation with someone who knows you, loves you, understands you, and can guide you in a way that no one else can. I was recently visiting one of my very, very closest friends, and she lives across the world from me, so I don't see her super often, but I admire her so much. And I respect her more than anything. And she was telling me how the last time we were together, which was last year, she was like feeling stressed. And I don't think she'd mind if I share this, but she was just feeling stressed of like, well, this parenting expert says this and this parenting expert says this. And I was just like, hey, zoom out. You're doing a really great job. Stop reading the books. Stop listening to the podcasts. You're your kid's mom. Be it. That's it. And that's not to say that sometimes we don't need collaboration, right? Our limitations are invitations for collaboration. That is something I believe to my core. We've talked about this before. We are not meant to do this alone. We are not meant to be everything for our children. We are not meant to figure out life alone. That's not what I'm saying. But the guidance you're seeking will come quicker if you seek it from a divine source. And the guidance you receive from that divine source will be custom tailored to you and your situation and your needs and your strengths and your goals. So seek that first. Turn there first. Go back to your source and trust yourself. You know what you're doing. And when it's time to do something different, you will. I believe that. That's really hard though. I'm really sorry. I don't know what I'm doing. None of us do. Okay, love you. Bye.